gassed a security briefing.
That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
It might be helpful to go back to the beginning of the Mission Impossible franchise. It started out in life as a 60s TV series, one of many inspired by the James Bond phenomenon. There was a team led by heroic Jim Phelps. They'd be given an impossible mission each week. That was it. Oh, and it had a dynamite theme tune. Years later, at the height of the remake of old TV shows craze, Charlie's Angels, Maverick, The Fugitive and so on, Tom Cruise, then and now the biggest star in the world, thought Mission Impossible could be a good excuse to do a few death-defying stunts, and he hired Brian De Palma to direct it.
We're being ambushed. Abort, that's an order. They knew we were coming.
De Palma's Mission Impossible exceeded all expectations. It was a real movie with a genuinely unexpected twist at the start, a fabulous cast, Tom at his best, and some great stunts. And it set the scene for a hugely profitable franchise, culminating in this week's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
Well, here's the good news. This one's got another good cast, not quite as good as the last film, which squandered Rebecca Ferguson and Vanessa Kirby, as well as Hayley Atwell, Janet McTeer and Angela Bassett, who return in this one. And it's had enthusiastic reviews, possibly overpowered by how big it is. It's enormous. 3 hours, mostly taken up with endless, pointless exposition and equally interminable action sequences.
When the need for certainty is absolute and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him.
Should he choose to accept?
These, incidentally, all seem to have been dreamed up by Tom Cruise in a spirit of what can I do that will top the last ridiculous set of stunts. Last time, you may remember, he drove a motorbike off the top of a mountain, took part in a car chase driving while handcuffed to the passenger seat, and climbed the entire length of a train as it slowly toppled off a crumbling bridge.
Smart people on every side are close to panicking. What exactly is your plan?
None of those sequences made much dramatic sense, but who's counting? Well, this time our hero Ethan Hunt climbs on the wing of a World War I biplane in mid-air, jumps into the Arctic Ocean and hunts for an important thingy inside a waterlogged submarine as it tumbles into an underwater ravine.
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
Everything you are.
In other words, your disbelief now needs to be not only suspended, but thrown out the window while you fire missiles at it. And if you think this might be hard to weave into a story, you're assuming anyone on this project has the faintest idea what a story actually is. Where's Brian De Palma when you need him?
Everything you've done has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier?
At the start, President Angela Bassett informs Ethan Hunt that the evil AI villain known as the Entity has taken over most of the nukes on the planet. It now plans to destroy the world as we know it. I think poor Hayley Atwell actually has to say this in exactly 5 days.
For every life you tried to save, you gambled millions more.
Why 5 days, you may or may not wonder? Or even, what sort of villain is a rogue piece of AI? Where's Alan Rickman when you need him? And then, believe it or not, it gets worse.
Every decision you made brought you here, but you will not be the one to pay the consequences. The end you always feared is coming, and none of us are prepared to face it.
Random clues lead our team to random destinations where they, or rather Tom, picks up the next vital doodad. The key phrase, "that's a bit of luck," is used so many times it almost outnumbers the other famous expression in any Tom Cruise movie, which is, of course, "what a guy." But the least plausible scene doesn't even involve Tom.
That's the pattern, isn't it? You refuse to sacrifice the ones you hold close.
It's watching Simon Pegg at death's door talk one woman through major lung surgery on himself while guiding another through the intricacies of rocket science at the same time. Spoiler alert, it all works out. Unlike this film, a gigantic, overproduced, underwritten waste of everybody's money, especially yours. Is it really the final reckoning? We can but hope.
I need you to trust me. One last time.